What if you could get an inside look into the very same course that has helped hundreds and hundreds of students pass their CLEP exam? Well, as a 2024 Modern States Ambassador, I'm going to walk you through the exact course. I'll show you the course layout, the quizzes, and progress tools, so you'll know exactly what to expect before you start. Navigating the course.
So in this course, you have 7 sections, and each section has subsections. Table of contents. Okay, so you have welcome, overview, goals, professors, and fact sheets. You also have video transcripts, textbook slides. Oh, I will say, I think slides are very useful when you're going through your course. So we'll come back to that. So this is your table of contents, and again, this should kind of look familiar. Section 1, Section 1, Section 2, Section 2. Okay, so I am now in Section 1, and it tells me that this section has a module, and then a quiz. So the subsection has a module and then a quiz, another module and then a quiz. So I hope that this kind of is making sense. So then you'll have a module, a second module in this case, and then a quiz. So once you finish all these sections, you'll be able to move on to the next big section. So here we go. I told you that I would go back to quizzes. So that quiz list that we saw earlier, that is comprised of all the quizzes that are in the course. So that quiz list took all of these quizzes that you see listed here and puts them all together in one big list.
Learning materials.
Getting started. Let's go through getting started. Okay, course materials. Okay, course. All right, so table of contents is a summary, all the main links that are for this section right here on the left-hand side. And let's start with the first section, and let's click on the module so you can kind of see what it looks like. We're going to click play, and if you look down below, there's a video transcript and then the slides.
This is module 1.1.
Okay, so this is what the video looks like. I'm going to click on the reading. So when I go to the reading, it opens up a new page and it gives me the PDF, which is part of the textbook that is included with your course.
Tracking progress.
Okay, so here we are at the quiz. So here I have a summary of the quizzes when it's started. In this case, it would be now. And it's telling me that I have an unlimited time to take the quiz. If I want to take 1 hour, or I want to time myself and try to do it under 20 minutes, that's up to me. And I can do as many attempts as I need to in order to pass the quiz. So I'm going to skip through because I'm not going to take the test during this recording. So now I'm going to click next, and it should take me to the next subsection. So in this case, it took me to subsection 1.2. If you notice here, section 1 has 4 subsections, and the subsection has 1 module. One other thing you might start to notice is that in this section, you'll notice these dots on the right-hand side. I'm going to go back to the first section. Now, if you notice in the first section, there is a check mark and a dot. So what that means is that if you've jumped into a module, in this case, and you've gone through it, the system will know Tracy played the video, she clicked on all the main hyperlinks, she perused through the PDF, she went through the slides and the transcript. I don't know specifically what triggers it. I just know that the system will know that you've spent sufficient time in the module. So then it'll click and mark it as a check box. In this case, you'll notice that we clicked into the quiz but we didn't start it. So that's why there is no check mark next to the quiz. So now we're going to go through and go up to class progress. Okay, so in the class progress, you'll notice on the left-hand side is a table of contents. You'll notice also that these headings should match what you're seeing on the left-hand screen. So summary means is right here, progress summary. Grades is this section here. Content, this section here. Quizzes, section down here. Course access, section here, and then system access history. So to break this down for you, every time that you receive a grade, you'll see it here. I believe there should only be one grade since it means that you've passed your course, but I could be wrong. As far as content is concerned, do you remember that I mentioned about the check marks? Well, this part here is kind of related to that. It basically tells you that I've clicked on 2 topics or modules and how much time I spent in them. This class progress you don't need to really worry about it. I'm just letting you know what this is for. If you go to a traditional online course and they happen to use D2L, you'll kind of be familiar with what this section means. So then you have quizzes, and it tells how many times I've made the attempts or what grades I've gotten for the attempts that I've done for each quiz. And then the last part here is it tells me every time I've accessed this specific course, and the bottom is the history of when was the last time that I accessed Modern States.
Downloading resources.
Okay, slides. I want to show you how to download the slides and download the transcripts or anything that you might need for these courses. I'm going to jump into macroeconomics, and for this example, I'm going to go into module 1, and you'll notice that you have reading, video, and slides. So for each link, it should open up in its own page. You have 2 options on how to download. You can either download them through this little button right here on the top, or you can download it on the bottom. If you click on this link here, it'll take you straight to the download window, and if you click on the bottom link, it'll take you to the PDF so that you can zoom in, look at it in detail, etc., and then print whatever pages you want. So it's up to you which link, doesn't really matter, but that's your options. So now we're going to click on video transcript link. This is going to give you only the option to open in a new window and then again download or print depending on your options. Click on slides. This is something that I'll be doing quite a bit. It'll open up in a new window. You'll be able to download or print, and so you'll be able to see through everything that you have here. Okay, I can either try to print all 63 here, or what I would do is I would just download it as a file. You'll also notice that there is a download button here. I'm going to click on it, so just so you know what happens when you click download. For the curious pages, folder, attachments. So in this case, it downloaded the slides, the transcripts, and the textbook reading material. If I go back to pages, it also downloaded a copy of the web page. All right, so I would say if you really want to download everything all at once and you don't want to go through everything individually, you can certainly use this download button, but then you'll get a lot of extra file folders and pages, as you saw, that are kind of nested in. So keep that in mind.
Okay, so now you know how to navigate the course. You've learned a little bit about the materials, how to track your progress, and how to download all the additional materials that your course comes with. But what if you run into a little problem here and there? Well, that is what video number 3 is all about. So check that out next. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you've gotten value from this video, and I will see you in the next one.